Yo, what's going on? What's going on out there, guys? I see that I'm not any more profitable than I was last week because you can't be profitable when you're in negative territory. So I guess it's a moot point to be profitable at this point. But we do see some market movements in areas. We see some new hardware being put out, all this good stuff. Where should we put the existing hardware we have? Where should we be mining at? All those important questions. And of course, above all, are you about ready to capitulate? Let's get into this. Yo. Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Jason the Tiger Osborne dropping those FOs. Got crypto Nico with the yo and the F and the A, and thank you for the care package. Mikkel did go grab that. Yo, what's going on? Mine and Hodl. Aloha. Aloha. I think that's how you say it. Yo! Greetings and salutations to everybody. What is up? What is... Oh! I can tell you one thing that's up. Bitcoin. Yo! Finally, we see some green in the market. Ding, ding, ding. Bitcoin, of course, taking a stronger rip than pretty much a lot of other things in price action. I don't care if you are looking at, 40% gains. What goes up comes back down. Doge taking a bit of a tear, with almost 8.5% gains. That's called an elevator. It's gonna crash. We're pretty much, I think, with everything that we're seeing in the markets and stuff like that. And if you guys are wanting to understand what I see in the markets, do stick around for tomorrow where I do deep dives into market movements, where I cover some of my ideas on where the sentiment is of the market, and why the directions of things are going or the way that they're going. So if you want to understand a little bit of finances and know why you're losing money, why you're gaining, why you're earning money, why you're losing money, Wednesday is your deal. But we do see a good movement in that sweet obesity Bitcoin. It's like keep going, keep going, keep going. It's like I need my satoshis to go a little further than where they're going right now. Oh, it's like let that busy Bitcoin hit 30 grand, please. But it's like I'm not sure if we're going to be taking a nasty tear from here. I just think we're just kind of holding that $20,000 neckline on that busy Bitcoin. You guys know where, if you guys have seen my charts and stuff like that, which I'll be showing some more of that stuff off tomorrow. So if you're interested in that stuff, see where my mindset is, of course, But what's driving up the price of Bitcoin right now? Is it McDonald's sitting there about ready to start accepting Bitcoin and Tether in a Swiss town? Probably not. I'm just gonna say, no. Who in their right mind's gonna want to sit there and realistically spend their valuable Bitcoin for a heart attack on a platter, on some plastic? That one just doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever. I think this is gonna be. I think this is just like an isolated event. Very localized to a particular, town of Lugano in Switzerland. I don't think it is of any importance to really even remotely talk about, just because of the fact it's fucking McDonald's, dude. They're not holding on to shit, dude. They're fucking gonna sell it into that fiat, and they don't care. So, you know, they're basically, it's a way for a coordinated attack to centralize, to basically pull value out of the market. You know, it's like, it's not like it's the whole town is now accepting and running on Bitcoin. If all of Lugano was sitting there pivoted and made it, you know, almost operating as a legal currency inside of the town, all right, now you got my attention. McDonald's? Man, who cares? Who cares? It's like, FA, what's up, MC? Just got a new shelf from Ace Hardware for $20. All right. Gold sticker for not spending a whole lot of money. So, yeah, usually whenever I go to, the last few times I went to Home Depot, I think I spent like 40 and 60 bucks on mine. So, good score on that one, bro. I'll drink some high quality H2O for that. Yo. All right. So, and then you know, it's like we've all been kind of following. I mean, I'm losing a little interest in that in that Ethereum. You know, it's like I've stopped paying attention to their dev calls and stuff like that with Ethereum, just because I'm not using their fucking network no more. So I really don't care what they got going on there. People who are left on there, you know, use it at your own discretion and at your own risk. So where I'm coming from on this one, guys, is the Ether exchange Netflow highlights a behavioral pattern of ETH whales. Basically what they're talking about here, guys, is, you know, it's a public ledger, guys, right? So with the public ledger, you're gonna see large amounts of Ethereum coming onto the exchange and coming off the exchange, coming onto the exchange and coming off the exchange. And most of the time, most people do not pay attention, but I did. And somebody also paid enough attention to kind of chart out when it was from particular days. So as we started hitting the all-time highs, you're bound to determine at a certain point that somebody's going to, you know, capitulate at an all-time high, and they're like, it can't really go any higher than this. I think I'm going to start taking some profits off the table, right? And you get the right amounts going on to the exchange and profits coming off, and it's going on to a public exchange and versus a OTC, which is over the counter. You will start seeing these whales, instead of it just moving from wallet to wallet, it now goes from wallet to exchange. It's sold, and you see price action take a nasty dip. So what I'm talking about is like this, guys. Oops. Just like that. So you can see the bull run market, and as we hit it, boom, you start seeing every green arrow here is a point in time on which a whale took their coin off the table. And you don't really see them buying back in. This was like them, they crashed out the market, it lost its steam, and then retail kind of bought into it, and now retail is kind of regretting their decision a little bit as it starts to ride out. Yes, we're seeing a little bit of a green candle day, but look in comparison that it was only at $1,200 whenever it started really flatlining. We've only raised up not that much, guys, not that much. Yes, we have a green day, but I don't know if there's enough value proposition being traded through Ethereum at this point to really propagate some large incentive gains. So yeah, so there's some interesting stuff coming up here, you know, some interesting stuff. And here's another interesting one. Now that we're get away from all that fucking stupid price action shit. I don't mind seeing some of the price action stuff, especially when I need liquidate some of my Bitcoin to pay some bills for the facility, all that good stuff. But be careful out there, guys. If you guys are into NFT shit, you got the superstar Beeple. His Discord, Beeple's Discord got hijacked, directing users to a wallet drainer. This is not a new exploit on Discord, so be careful of sitting there and verifying into new Discords. Do not, if it's from somebody that you don't know, or if it's something like kind of odd, off the wall from somebody you do know, kind of question it, especially if they just go, hey, I'm joining this new place, and they just post a link to a new Discord, right? Be very leery of that. I would, it's like we've seen it even in our own community, so be careful. Where people have, not thinking about it, clicked on a link, and bad news bear, right? So it looks like this is going to be the same thing from Beeple. So if they were holding any kind of crypto, or I'm not sure if the Discord wallet will hold NFTs or not. I've never played around with that, so sorry if I'm a little ignorant on that aspect. I would rather just be upfront and say, hey, I'm not sure. I don't know if you can, if somebody can let me know if you can sit there and post, save NFTs inside of Discord. But it looks like if you are in Beeple's Discord, be careful about clicking on anything. It will drain your whatever crypto is in your Discord wallet. This will be a Discord orientated hack. So just once again, just be careful of what you're clicking on. This is not new. It's just new to them. They don't know how to mitigate for hackers coming into it, or fraudulent people, when there's a point of time where somebody can make money, and they can do it with very little upfront cost. They're going to try to shortcut it, and the easiest way to shortcut it is if you're in a Discord and it has little to no security before people even get in, trying to even remotely vet the people coming into the Discord. So that, it's like, sorry, not sorry if you guys are new trying to get into the Discord, that you got to pass a little verification thing. That one simple step mitigates a lot of different exploits, believe it or not. It is just for your safety. So it looks like people did not have enough safety on his Discord, had it very, very much open to the public. So anytime that I see Discords that are completely wide open to the public like that, I kind of cringe from being in there. I usually don't stay in there very long. I stay in there until the spam bots start hitting you up on private messages and shit like that. Then it's like, okay, you guys obviously do not care about vetting your community a little bit here to keep the real community safe from scammers. It just shows a lack of character on their part. How are you going to have a Discord, for the community, and not keep the community at least a little safe? I mean, I understand you want to make sure that everybody can get in with ease, but what's the problem with making sure they're a human being first and not just a spam bot program that just got launched onto your Discord? So this will be a little bit of a learning experience for people. Welcome to the game. I hate to say it, it's like, it's like that old meme of, you got the guys with the nooses around their neck, and one's like, first time. So always, it's like with desperate times come desperate people. So no matter where you're at, guys, always stay frosty. Stay super frosty. And one thing I can't throw any shame over, and I knew it was going to happen, it was not unforeseeable from Intel. You kind of had to have known that eventually the Intel A770 was going to be allowed to be utilized in AI farms, data centers for GPU acceleration, AI development, and all of that good stuff. I'm sure this is an industry on which Intel would love to get involved with, right? So I didn't see any. I don't see anything wrong with it. AMD and Nvidia both do this. There's no unforeseeable reason why Intel would not do it, especially if some data farm, whether it be AI development or whatnot, finds benefit with their particular card for whatever workload that they're utilizing. You got to remember that each GPU manufacturer attacks memory utilization and core usage in very different ways. Where NVIDIA is very core dependent, AMD loves to utilize the memory on there. It looks like Intel is trying to be a little blend of both, kind of like the all-purpose vehicle, the catch-all. You mean we can hoard GPU in a Octo and do something besides mine? Oh yeah, man, you can sit there and do some curls with it, do Octo curls. They come equipped with handles, dude, so you can sit there and, do deadlifts with an Octo miner. Boom. Boom, right? Because, man, if you guys don't know, man, Octo miner cases by themselves, with Octo miner cases when they're kitted out, they got some weight to them, bro. They have some weight. You can definitely deadlift that stuff. But it's like I'm interested in trying to get my hands on the card. I'm not a big RGB person, but I like the diffused look on the RGB on this. Not bad, and I like the color choice on this too. I know you can change that. It's supposed to have an addressable RGB header on here that you can hook into your case and color sync it in. It's supposed to work with most of the RGB software out there, so cool. This has a very distinguished look on it. I love the look on this, but we all are more interested. How does this bad boy perform, right? So, I mean, if it is what they're saying it is, I mean, it should be on par. It might be on par with like the lower tier 3000 series GPUs from NVIDIA. If that's the case, all right. Just get your drivers under control. Get the backward compatibility going with these things, and it looks like you might actually have we might have a third contender that might be very viable as a GPU to utilize. And if they concentrate on the budget consumer, I think that Intel will definitely prevail. Let AMD and NVIDIA try to duke it out over top tier devices, and let Intel just be like the underdog in the GPU market. I think that will be a better niche market for them, especially just starting off with discrete GPUs. So, but I would love to sit there and actually see this bad boy mine. I want to get my hands on it. I know that the mining software for my A380, there's really nothing out. I mean, I would have it mine, but nobody's really developing for it is the problem. And I know the other issue with the A380 is that they were really hard to get out of that chickadee China. I had to get it off of eBay from somebody in China. So that's how I was able to get my hands on my ARC A380, right? So, yo, what up, New England Crypto? It's like I don't have time to stick around, but I need to come in and say hi. And that thumbnail is awesome. Yes. Thank you, New England Crypto. I find that I'm just going to sit there and have fun with my thumbnails. I'm not trying to make clickbait stuff. I'm just like that. That's my humor, okay? And I'm glad it resonates. Whenever I slip my humor out, everybody's like, "Oh, that's a good one." It's like, yeah, I can fit the role of the meme lord. Oh, the miner dude still has the Octo 12 minimum quantity order 1. Nice. That is good to know. So, if you guys don't know, Miner Dude partnered up with Octo Miners. So Octo Miners, like the European counterpart. Miner Dude is here in the United States. They're practically the same case. Except I think miner dudes are like blacked out, where octo miners are still in the bare metal. Free shipping in the USA too. Nice. They are like the Cadillac of server cases for GPU mining. They do take a lot. They are very power concentrated. So keep that in mind, guys. That depending on what GPUs you put into a 12 GPU case, you can easily override a 30 amp circuit. I mean, if you've got 4 power supplies in there and each power supply is rated for 10 amps, you technically have 40 amps worth of power. And even though, I'm gonna treat this like my other GPU rigs that I've only got 2 power supplies, which each 2 power supplies is rated for 10 amps. You're gonna sit there and have this little issue of popping breakers constantly because it's relatively underpowering the circuit, or I mean the circuit is underpowered for what you've just put onto it. Now, subsequently, if you put a really lightweight card in there, like a 6600 XT or something of that variant, a 3060 Ti, you're not going to hit that high-end threshold of the full kitted out 40 amps between 4 power supplies. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever you're loading these up, that you do not want to overload your circuits that you're putting them on. Like, nice. I'll stay open air for a little bit more. One thing I do like about the server cases that they got me to switch over to it was that I was able to put 30 GPUs onto one little shelf, and then I was able to box it off for fresh air, and then had the room be as hot air, and I needed less fans. So there's pros and cons with it. I mean, like open air chassis, they take up a lot of room. They look cool. They become conversational pieces. I'll guarantee you that. But yeah, they take up a lot of room. I mean, a lot of room. I have two open air rigs still, and then 2 test benches. And my 2 open air rigs, they're just 6 GPU beta frames, and they take up a whole table by themselves. So I mean, it's just where I can, if I had them in a server case, I'd have them on a quarter of the table, and I'd have my test benches on top of the table too. But no, I got them in Veta frames. Nah. Gonna wait for my real move. Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, if you're planning on moving and then redesigning the your mining space afterwards, then yeah, it makes total sense of what you're doing. For sure, MC. But yeah, I mean, if you're wanting to do it long term and stuff like that, start. You know, it's like I always recommend people to start looking into doing the open air, going from open air to server case. It just helps you control your heat load so much better. You start, you know, it's like you can sit there and have a dedicated fresh air, and because the cases already have fans on there, and the fans are pretty decent, you really don't need any other intake fan. You just need to have a fresh air source and an exhaust, you know. And sometimes if you want to be able to be in the same space as the rigs, sometimes you're going to have a way to be able to ventilate it out faster than it can saturate inside the room. But as long as the room itself is isolated from the intake on there, the room can get as hot as it bloody well wants. It's not going to affect the rigs unless there's no path of exit. So if there's no exit, then it'll start backfeeding on itself. But, you know, putting that aside, knowing that we all know how to, you know, fresh air in, hot air out. So you got to have a full circuit, you know. And the server cases tend to be enough fan for the components that are in there, as long as it's not recycling any of the hot air. You guys will see when we got the facility going and how we actually set everything up. Basically, we will only have fans, you know, in the facility on during the, you know, peak heat times versus having to have them on all the time. That's the goal, at least. Can't set it up that way right at first, just because I'm still bringing in all the equipment that we need. And then once we get all of you awesome hashers in there, then we'll start being able to barricade off, wall everything off the rest of the way, and really start directing the airflow in there. So you guys will see it on a much bigger scale. And what we do on a big scale works 100%. I did proof of concept on a small scale first. So proof of concept, this all works. Any more cool news on the family mine? Just setting up power right now. We've got contracts that we have contracts up that we just put. Me and Mikkel just put together contracts. So for people that are either in my Patreon or DCA's Patreon, for DCA's Patreon, you would have to have entered into DCA your mining, or you have to be in my Patreon, link down below, in the pseudo hasher tier, which is my VIP tier, and you guys will be, I'll be reaching out to all of you guys and seeing about giving you guys forms to fill out if you guys are interested in utilizing the facility. Otherwise, for everybody else, we are getting closer and closer to opening to the public. Me and Mikkel are absolutely excited over this. We're excited. We're a little nervous on it all. I mean, you know, this is a big venture. So I mean, I'm more of like that excited, nervous, you know, type of deal, going, oh man, I hope everything goes exactly how we envisioned it. No more hiccups. We're over all the hiccups, you know, kind of have that positive energy on it. But yeah, I've got the next thing that I'm going to be saving up for is a transformer and a new main power cutoff switch. The main power cutoff switch is a 100 amp 3-phase. I'm going to update that to probably like a 300 amp 3-phase, and 300 to 400 amp 3-phase. Drop that in there. Get the transformer in from our vendor, and we should have almost a full megawatt just from that alone. So we are making definite progress, big strides. Mikkel was planning on being out there again today, but you know, kids are back at school. This is flu season. So with flu season starting up, one of his kiddos came home with a bellyache. And now Mikkel's got it too. So unfortunately, that kind of puts a screeching halt on all of that. Come on the 19th, so in 15 days, guys, I'm going to be flying out to the facility. You will be seeing me live stream directly from the mine. Yo! That's what's up. So we'll be out there. We'll be putting in some work. I'll be out there for about a week. Sitting there hanging out with Mikkel and holding on to his cute little bye-bye. So I'll be able to hold on to some cuteness and hang out with my home doge and like walk through my facility. Oh, I'm kind of excited because like I've got all of I paid for all of this facility and I've been in the other half of it, but not while it was ours. You know that feeling where it's like this space is now mine, you know. So I'm waiting. I can't wait to go down there. Really, just to be able to walk through the facility, and yeah, we're getting so much closer to like green lighting everything here, getting everybody in. We got a bunch of people on the background that want to come into the facility. This is going to be very interesting. I'm kind of hoping that this means that we start looking for another location really quickly. If that happens, oh my god, cheers, it'll be a good business. I'd rather be growing and expanding during a time where everybody else is capitulating. So definitely, guys, be careful. Don't capitulate just quite yet. It's like we're gonna be the Diamond Hand Club here. Crypto Craig, what's up, Crypto Craig? Hey, I almost read that. So don't capitulate here. Don't capitulate here. You guys will have a home. It's like, yes, it will hurt. Don't mind beyond your means. By any means. If turning off your rigs is the best option for you, then turn your rigs off, right? Let's say you don't want to mine until it's profitable and you wanted to still send the rigs. Well, you could pay for the shelf space. As long as you're paying for the shelf space, it's like I would rather have the rigs being on if they're there. So I mean, I can understand if we were like, hey, give it a month. I'll pay for it up front, just to have it there, and in a month turn it on. But if they're not on, within a reasonable amount of time, it's like I'm gonna have to pull them off the shelf and set them off to the side. And put somebody who's going to if somebody's going to be having their rigs on, I got to have it there. So just kind of keep that in mind. But it's like I don't want to be your guys' storage facility either. So let's kind of nip that one in the butt. It's like within a reasonable amount of time, you guys got to be hashing. So, but yeah. Definitely get the facility up and going here. I think it should be quick, sooner than later at this point. I think with the bigger obstacles now alleviated, we've got the main part of the building that has the main part of the power. So we basically just secured the building's power for us. There really isn't much power left for the rest of the building now. I'm just going to put it out there like that. So we are going to be pulling some serious power out of this building. We've already confirmed with the electric company that there is enough power there. So So yeah, I'm hoping very soon we'll get you guys in there. But yeah, we got to get through the VIP people first. As soon as we've got them in, floodgates open. Floodgates open. We are like on the precipice of this going off, right? I'm like super excited. Super excited. uh, but looking into the mining profitability overall, a lot, like I said, at some point in time, we're going to start seeing miners capitulate. I think we're right about there at that point of miner capitulation, guys. I have been hearing more and more people talking about, oh man, if it's not profitable anytime soon, I'm going to have to get out of this, sell off what I have. We're still seeing that Ergo is being gamified, like everybody was warning Ergo over. Oop, I said open here. So once again, the difficulty on Ergo fell. Hash rate was around 20 terahash. Difficulty dropped, and now we are right back up to 58.62 terahash. And Ergo is once again RISD wrecked for profitability. People are going to be doing this as soon as something if they smell profit in the slightest bit, you will see the mass migration. This is what happens right before mass capitulation, because now it's going to be another couple of weeks before Ergo's difficulty readjusts now back to where it resembles what somebody would consider profitability. So we're not going to be seeing we're going to be seeing these people come on once the difficulty readjusts here. We're going to watch all that hash rate just like the last time peel right back off, and then the epoch time is going to take forever to reset itself, right? Because once this hash rate comes back off, there's not enough hash rate to maintain the average block time the block time target that they're trying to hit. So we're going to have extended block times again, slowed down network again. So this makes it, and this was something that I was trying to warn people on, that as soon as it readjusts and it smells like profits, it's done. It's going to be gamified. You're going to see some of the biggest migration come right on and then peel right back off. Every 2 weeks we're gonna see this. So that's my opinion on this one, is that every 2 weeks we're going to watch Ergo get gamified. So until something really big comes along that says this is where the profitability is, this is where the economic value is really coming in. Even Bitcoin is kind of just staying, I would say kind of flatlined on hash rate because prices come down. So Bitcoin mining is pretty stable with the mining aspect of it. The Ethereum Classic, because we could put GPUs on here, right? The hash rate has dropped a little bit. It was almost at 200 terahash, which it's still, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still 5 times the network difficulty where it was from when when the merge happened. So with that being said, we got a lot of hash rate on there. GPUs and ASICs directly compete with each other. It's not like ASICs are going after one particular block header and GPUs are going after another. It is a fair network competition, which means that it is an unfair advantage for the ASICs because of the amount of hash rate that they can just toss at it. So, considering that each GPU is considered one individual miner, versus one individual ASIC, and you're already behind the 8 ball on this. Yo, what up, Budweiser? So it's like with this being said, that if ETC's hash price hits, let's say, I would say we would have to be looking at about $100 Ethereum Classic, and we'll see all the ASICs turn onto this coin. So, and then there'll be no room for GPU mining on Ethereum Classic. It will be an ASIC dominated coin. For the GPU hope, I think ETC is dead as from the ETC hash aspect, just because of the direct competition on the network versus how Ethereum itself really was. Now, people have been popping up with Raven being a little bit of profitability on this, guys. Just remember, it's like in the hash rate has come down a little bit. So we're sitting at 16.52 terahash network difficulty. It was almost around 20 terahash at one point. It's nice to see this, but remember, guys, this is a electric hungry algorithm. You will be producing 3.41 BTUs of heat per 1 watt used. So with that being said, guys, this is a winter algorithm. So if you're trying to heat your house up in the wintertime, Ravencoin might be a good place for you. My problem with Ravencoin overall and in a general purpose is the use case on there is very niche, community very small. Developers are great people. Tron Black, great guy. I've got nothing to say bad about the Ravencoin dev team. Great group of guys. They're not trying to do anything shady. They've proven themselves with that aspect, right? But because there's no real inherent use case, you're not going to see. I don't think we're going to see enough of an uptick to really be able to support all the GPU miners on a Ravencoin, unless Ravencoin starts actually getting true development on there, like how Ethereum has true development on top of its network. So they've got this network effect on top of themselves. Ravencoin needs something like that, but I don't see that in their pipeline for right now. Not saying that this is stay away from this shit coin, blah blah blah. They're good people. There needs to be more adoption with Ravencoin. Price action needs to come up to be able to support the network in any sense of profitability, like how Ethereum was very profitable for even the smallest miner, right? I mean, considering you're looking at a Ravencoin being so low in price right now. Let's see here. Where is that Raven coin? We're not even up. Here we go. So we're at 3 cents. We need more like a $40 Ravencoin, not a 3 cent Ravencoin. Now, if you're sitting here spec mining right now, this is perfect. You'll be able to stack a lot of Ravens. A Ravencoin, and wait for price action to move to match it, and hope that you're profitable on the other side. But for the network in whole, for it to really hold everybody over, and in general, it would need to be at a $40 evaluation. $20 evaluation was barely cutting it, and we're nowhere near that. There's so many good cool little projects that people overlook when it comes down to mining. Problem is that they cannot support you. Flux, let's see where Flux is at, guys. Flux Network has kind of stayed up pretty high, hasn't? I mean, it's kind of dipping down a little bit as miners start, smaller miners shutting off their rigs. I think that with the bigger mining facilities, they've already made their decision of what they're doing, what they're not doing. A lot of them, if they're smart, or have their GPUs shut down, and they've already moved into Bitcoin ASICs at this point. So with that being said, where the hash rate is coming down, but it's really marginal on Flux. Flux is not hugely profitable, and with Ergo, with the potential of Ergo forking too, that also impacts Flux mining too, because of the other assets that you obtain through mining Flux, right? The parallel assets. So with all those parallel assets, Ergo is one of them, and if Ergo forks, it screws you over on all the parallel assets from Ergo. So that kind of hurts the Ergo network right along with that. Ergo's hurt. It'll hurt Flux a little bit with the mining side, because it's going to directly impact people's profitability earning in that sweet Bitcoin, right? So very interesting with the state of mining at this point. Monero Mining is barely, if you call a penny a day profits, then that's technical profits. I with Intel, you can't. I mean, you can mine Intel with Monero, but you're gonna lose money. My AMD's CPUs were basically breaking even for the added benefit of rig instability, because it's mining Monero now on a fully kitted out rig. I don't have Monero specific miners that I don't care what happens. I have them as everything I have has GPUs in it. So I've got to make sure that the GPUs are stable, because the GPUs are going to make more than Monero. Even with the market the way that it is right now, Monero still isn't any more or any less profitable than it has been, just because there are so many computer viruses that have embedded Monero miners in there. So there's a lot of people that have embedded Monero miners in their machines, and it's basically free coin for whoever set the virus up. So they get a much bigger reach of hardware for zero to no cost on their end. Which, in order for Monero to become profitable for the home miner, Monero would need to fork its code once again, but they're not going to do that until they think ASICs are dropping out onto RandomX. And I'm almost at this point wondering if they even care if it comes down to it that ASICs come onto Monero at this point. That was a stance that Fluffy Pony, who is no longer the GitHub key holder, he passed that off to his coding buddy as Fluffy Pony stepped back from Monero a little bit. He's still there, part of the project, but he is not the lead dev anymore. So I mean, Cadena, that's only ASIC. Let's see here. I mean, you start going down the network, and it's just like shittier coin after shittier coin after shittier coin. It's like, oh, you bet they care. Oh yeah. It's like Caspa. Let's look at, it's like we all know that son of a tech was looking at that Caspa. He was all hitting hard on that Caspa. So it looks like the difficulty on Caspa here has been coming down. So we had over 200 terahash, and we are now down to under 200 terahash. We're at 131.6 terahash. Is that even remotely profitable, guys? Is that profitable? So if I were to utilize a 6800, 6600 XTs, 123090s, and 83060 Ti's, 9 cents a kilowatt hour. Zell hash, I'm losing the least amount of money. Look at that. With all the parallel assets and everything, Zell is the one that you're losing the least amount of money with, right? Next to, after that, you do have Ergo, but this number here is about to get rizzity wrecked. You might be losing only $2.75, but that's about to change. You're about to lose a whole lot more once the difficulty resets here, and God knows how quickly that's going to be now. It might even be tomorrow. This is done. Either tonight or sometime tomorrow, the difficulty should shoot up on this, and you're gonna lose more than $2.75. You'll probably be losing $8, $9 until it settles out. It's kind of funny to see Ryo up here. Ryo is utilizing losing you $3.79. So I mean, and this has like absolutely no use case on there. Ryo doesn't have a whole lot of places to be able to offload this. This would not be in a HODL wallet. I have mined Ryo before and put down some serious hash rate on there, seeing if it was profitable. Solo mined it a little bit. Interesting. It was an interesting coin. Vertcoin, you're only making $8.12 before electric, but you're only, because of it's not so power intensive, you're only losing $2.94. Conceal, you'd be losing about $4.60 a day. Let's see here. ETC, you'd be losing $5.64 a day. So, I mean, if you really look at it from this perspective, ETC losing you $5.64 a day, right? And they're saying that the top coin on here is Nice Hash, which is Zell, and you're losing $5.76. So ETC, you're actually losing less money. You're making less, but you're losing less. So it kind of depends on how you're looking at stuff too. Just note that it's not like it was before. 600 mega hash on ETC used to get you a little over a half an ET. Well, no, it was almost 3/4 of an ETC a day. Now 600 mega hash won't even net you half an ETC a day. So keep that in mind. Yeah, everyone in Monero community doesn't want ASICs for sure. No, none of them do. But it's as much as you're at the mercy of the devs. So do they have a contingency plan in place to combat ASICs at this point? That would be the bigger question in my book. Let's see here. Conflux, you're losing $4.71 a day at 9 cents a kilowatt hour. Caspa, here's the one that Son of a Tech was talking about. It has really kind of tanked over here. You're losing you're making $7.15 a day, and you're still losing $8.10. So that just tells you how it's like the kryptonite heavy hash. The heavy hash is very power intensive. You'd be better off mining, if you want something power intensive, mine Ravencoin at this point, I think, is a better choice over Caspa. Whenever Son of a Tech was talking about Caspa, I kind of cringed a little bit for what the project really stands for. But to each their own. I'm not going to dog on any one person for their personal choices. I've done a lot of Beam in the past. You'll be making $6.35, making about $4.78. You'll be losing $4.78 a day. But what's nice about this is that some of these you might be able to solo mine. So if it's a project that you like, then check it out from that perspective. Stay away from the ETH forks, in my opinion. I don't think that they the Ethereum proof of work, that is a poop coin that is designed with only mining with miners in mind. It has no value proposition. Ethereum Fair launch, or Ethereum Fair, has no use case. This is a cash grab for miners basically it's for wash trading. I mean, let's just be real on this. Cortex, wow, I didn't even know this was still around. You'd be losing $4.32 after it only profiting $6.22. So after electricity, you spend that $6.22 with $4.34 out of your own pocket. Oh man, Aeon, that hurts. Aeon's way down here. So Aeon, you'd be making $5.90 a day with the hardware that I have picked, but you'd be losing like $11 a day. Ouch. But there is an Aeon poker tournament, guys. If you guys are interested in, it's all linked in with DCA Adventure. So if you want to check that out, the links are in with DCA Adventure, guys. So go check them out if you haven't. Give them a follow. That's the community channel that I'm a part of. Great group of people over there. Always good times. We have some Fridays are not our serious days. That's kind of our blow off day over there, where we just kind of joke around, talk about stuff that's happened during the week. But Saturday we do me and Mikkel talk about mining stuff over there. So I mean, we have a lot of different content over on DCA Adventure on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm always doing videos here Monday through Friday. So Crypto Craig, yeah, yields are looking rough right now. I think that is the big difference between this and the last market. At least you were getting to bank a coin last bear market. Now yields and profits are bad. 100%. Could not put that any better. You get a gold sticker for that one. That is an amazing good point. It's like everything right now, FUD-wise, like everything is spec play right now. I agree with that too. Forever Metalhead, not sure to be honest. Spec mine would be there if there were yield in coin at least. The yield right now is pretty much crazy low. Yeah, I would say this has a different feel from the 2018 crash. Whenever I got involved with mining, I noticed that as the market price dropped, the yield just started skyrocketing. But caveat to this, if you are new here, this is not my first rodeo with this one. So allow me to give you a little piece of my alpha brain, right? So 2018, I get involved with mining, right? I get 1070 Ti's rolling on 2 rigs, right? I build 2 rigs right off the bat in a bear market, right? And as I turn the rigs on, I went from making $500 a day, right? No. I'm sorry. $500 a month. I was making $500 a month, and that was very profitable at that time. Now we get fast forward towards the heart of the bear market in 2018, and I went from making that to, and then I went over really hard onto Ethereum Classic, where I was making one Ethereum Classic a day, and that was $20 a day during the bear market. Then the price dropped with it. So we go into this bear market in 2018. Price drops. It goes from $20 down to just under $4 per Ethereum Classic. I went from making one Ethereum a day to making 12 to 20 Ethereum Classic a day, right? I mean, not Ethereum. It was Ethereum Classic, sorry. So I went from, whenever Ethereum Classic dropped down to just under $4, I started making 12 to 13 Ethereum Classic a day. We are getting into the point where the congestion in the hash rate is going to have a breaking point. So that's where my thought is on this. I think we are in that cycle that we're just waiting for it to root everybody out. It's going to be a violent ejection here of people. Right now, what I think we're seeing is we saw everybody come in during the bull market. They're thinking that it can never end. They think that the bull market will come back here, and everybody's told if you have strong hands, you win, right? So they're trying to have these strong hands. But you got to remember, guys, behind every strong man is an even stronger woman. I can attest to that. I got an awesome wife. But how long is it going to be until your significant other decides to say, enough's enough, you're done? Right? You've got to prove to your significant other. I mean, unless you're single, then, more power to you. But most people, by a certain time, they have a significant other, and they're going to evaluate what you're doing, and you need to evaluate what you're doing too, and decide how you're gonna mine here. So for instance, if there's anybody mining in California, you're going to capitulate before everyone else. Because one, you don't have enough power there in California, and two, you're paying through the sinuses, through the nose, through the roof, however you want to put it, on electric. Your electric rate is some of the highest in the country. You're either already stopped mining, or you're just in denial that you should be stopped. Hey, what's up, J-Mac? She hates me. It's like my wife is almost there. She wants me to diversify. Exactly. That's going to be where everybody's going to hit that brick wall here coming soon. And when that happens, that's when we see the real hash rate start coming off the network. We need a big purge. And with a mining bear market on top of a economic bear market, which we'll get some more in depth with that tomorrow, guys, at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be talking about all those macro environments that are helping suppress pricing across the globe here, guys. Got some good information. As always, I try to bring it hard, try to blow your minds. This way you walk out feeling like you understand more than the average person. Stop being average, be better than average. And that's where this knowledge comes out for you guys. But we are all going to be looking at the same information that everybody else is. It's just a matter of a waiting game at this point, right? So we all need to make sure that we're in a good position, that we can pay our bills, and we have nothing to worry about, right? So, for anybody who's here, who's like, their wives are kind of getting, their significant others getting on them for mining, right? Be like, look, everybody's losing money. I don't care what market you're in. I'm not holding on to these speculative coins. I'm putting everything into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one that we have to worry about. That is your kids' college tuitions right there. That is your retirement fund right there. So that's just the way that I look at it. That's the way that my wife looks at it. She's like, weather the storm. I've got the green light from my wife. My wife's awesome. I'm just saying, my wife's amazing. She's fully supportive of what I'm doing. She sees the passion that I have behind opening up this facility. Yes, the facility helps me, but it's also more than just me, right? It's about helping all of you guys too. So with that being said, the facility is a community facility, co-location for everyone here. That's basically how me and Mikkel want to set this up. Yes, we want to make it to where we can mine and everybody else can mine with us. I'll put the upfront capital. I'll give us a place to go do it. You guys just got to fill it up now. It's like, yep, it starts there. It's like, my wife's awesome, but she asked me a couple of days ago if what I mine pays for the electric bill, saying from far from near to here. Damn, I peed my pants just from her eyes looking at the look that she gave. Yeah, the wife asked me if we were profitable. I just looked her straight in the eye and was like, nope. There's nothing else I could say. The only place that I'm profitable is my fucking Bitcoin miners. Imagine that. That Bizity Bitcoin that I love is the only thing that I see what looks like that resembles profits. Yeah. There's that. But I still believe that, it's like there. Remember, guys, I did foresee that it was going to be probably a minimum of 2 months. 2 months before we start even resembling something that even looks like profitability, like breaking even. I think we're getting there. We're watching the network difficulties of a lot of these different coins starting to creep down. This is a good sign. Not for everyone, but is a good sign for those of us who want to endure and mine long term. If you want to be a whole miner, this is what it's going to take, guys. So you either make a decision of turning your stuff off until the difficulty drops down, and then you turn your stuff back on once the difficulty drops enough, then perfect. But remember that everybody else is looking at that same information. So whenever it starts to you're going to see it kind of do this like little ride, right as we start slipping back into something that looks like profits. It's going to sit there and teeter-totter in and out of profits like crazy. You're going to see people profit, trying to bounce from coin to coin to coin to coin to coin to coin until they just burn themselves out. And then I think, you'll see the last little bit rip of people get off the network and then profits again. How good of profits on the other side of this? And I would say, if I had to take a guess, I would say probably like another 2 months before we see network stability of where the actual hash rate's gonna lie. So yeah, just kind of play tight, guys. I told people that it was gonna be 2 months before the network difficulty drops back down. We're a month and a half, and we're starting to see the hash rates drop back down. So I'm right so far. So GPU Jesus has spoken. It's just I've seen the market cycle like this a little bit before. This one hurts a little bit more because it's accommodated with a big coin loss for hash rate. So you got a big redistribution of hash rate. That hurts on top of all of this. So it's like you wish that they would have gone proof of stake during a bull run. This way, the hash rate would have been able to be distributed more evenly, and it wouldn't have hurt so many people so quickly. So yeah. Crypto Craig, When is the S10 coming? I don't have an S10, but I have my my Z28. And I got to get a motor for that, but I'm putting all my money into the facility first. So, facility first, drag racing motor later. So, unfortunately. Anybody else got any other comments or questions before I head up out of here, guys? Definitely smash that Lizzie like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell notification. Share this out on your favorite social media, guys. Helps me grow my channel to all of you awesome people out there. If you are new here and you'd like to join the community, check out the links down below. Got a link to the Discord. It's free to join. 100% free. Join the community. You'll have to pass a verification bot just to prove that you're human. After that, welcome to the fam. And if you would like to help support the channel, I have a Patreon. Links down below, and you guys can help me out there. If you guys are wanting to get into early access into the family mine, think about joining the Pseudo Hashers, my VIP tier, where you will get a little bit of behind the scenes knowledge and stuff that I might not bring onto this channel. I'm going to make sure that my pseudo hashers know about it. I also have in there, if you are a Monero miner and you would like to have dev-free Monero miner, I have taken out the dev fee out of the XM rig Monero miner. That information that I share only exclusive with my Patreon, my little hasher tier and my pseudo hasher tier. So my mid tier and my VIP tier, this is something that I give to you guys. I mean, it's just 1% that you're not paying. So if you got a bunch of CPUs mining away on that Monero, you can do it dev free if you'd like, if you don't know how to do that already. I've already compiled everything for you. Super simple, easy to set up. Love it. Got all the information. I have, it's like I built these things on Raspberry Pis and all that good stuff. That's like one of my, if you guys want to build a Monero miner on a Raspberry Pi, I have a video for that. You can definitely check out my Monero. I have like a little series on there, Monero miner. So talking about how to set it up, how to compile it, and how to update it. Nope. Forever Metalhead. XM rig has a 1% dev fee. And if you don't compile the code properly, it will not allow you to take it off. It's baked into the code, the coding on there. So as you're writing the miner, you have to, as you're writing it, you have to take that part out, basically. Monero Ocean XM rig is still XM rig, so it's a 1% dev fee. You get a 1% dev fee and then a 1% pool fee. I used to mine onto my Monero Ocean, so you're using the same miner, same platform I used, all information being the same. So yeah, you're actually getting charged 2% overall with all of your XM rig mining. But again, if you join the Patreon, links down below, I can give you the key that unlocks that. Thank you, J Mac, my man. It's like excellent fire stuff as always. Yo. So anybody else got any other comments or questions before I head up out of here? Definitely, guys, while you're thinking of some questions or whatnot, definitely FA in the chat? Well, we'll check this out. No problem, forever. Metalhead? No problem. So definitely FA in the Chizity chat because you guys are rated F for fucking awesome. Yo! It's like, Life Rianne, I made it for the end. Yes! Smash that Lizzie like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. And with that, guys, what's the holy grail for Krypton mining? I have no idea. No clue. There is no holy grail right now. There's no holy grail. Sorry. But I'll assure you that if I find something that's profitable, you know who I'm going to share it with first? It'll be in the Patreon. I'm just saying, my Patreon members are going to find out about this stuff. If it even fucking exists. I mean, I'll be 100% transparent. There is no profitability anywhere right now. The network needs to stabilize for a moment. So until then, no profits for anyone. None. GPU Jesus has spoken. Family Mine Coin. Yeah. Well, the Family Mine Coin will be that sweet Bizity Bitcoin. Don't need to have any competition to the Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin or it's a shit coin. I'm just saying. Just saying. One FA coin. Yes. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, guys. Well, thank you everybody for being here. As always, I will see you all in the morning for some morning workout motivations. I hope you guys enjoy that stuff. First thing in the morning, working out with your boy Nem here. Yo, while I'm getting while our machines are stacking sats, we're gonna be stacking lats. Yo. With that being said, peace out and stay savage. Yo.